So this is part 2 of the crazy rumors about the solar eclipse. Because we haven't actually talked about CERN, have we? Because this is one of the rumors that's going around that CERN, the Hedge-Line Collider that's in Switzerland, is firing up. And if you know the rumors, you know by the rumors that the last time that they did in 2012, well, the world ended and everybody died, and we are now sort of like in CERN. Like, oh, it depends on which, and who you hear and who you talk to about what happened in 2012. And really, the Mayan calendar stopped because of CERN. Well, okay, so there's that rumor out there about CERN. And so that they're saying that it's going to go. And so we've got this CERN, and this, we need to be afraid. Please, you must be afraid. Well, I saw one of CERN's particle, what would you call scientists who work at CERN's, and she talked about what's actually happening. CERN has been on since like the 1st of this month, so it's been going, and they've been smashing particles all along, turning it off and on and putting it higher, and they're supposed to put it on full maybe on the 8th, possibly the 7th, might be the 9th, might be even further. It depends on what's going on. But this is what they do every year at this time. They start it up. They have maintenance that they go and do, and then they start it up at the beginning of the month, and they work their way up to full power. So that's what's happening with CERN. They didn't seem like they were doing any voodoo or any, she seemed like she was a scientist, and they were doing scientific stuff, and it had nothing to do with Satanism or any of that stuff. It seemed like, so I don't know if that's what's going on, but that's what they're saying. So, use your own discernment when it comes to CERN. But along with CERN, and I haven't investigated this one as to why they're doing it, but I guess NASA is firing off 2 rockets at the eclipse, which is really strange. So if any of you guys have looked into why NASA is doing that, or if NASA is actually doing it, like we know CERN has already been, the collider has already been going. So all of you who are saying it's just going to come up there and the demons are going to come out and all of that, and well, there you go. There's also other things that the rumors that are going. This is, well, not really a rumor, but this is sort of what has happened, predictability. And I think that's what a lot of people are concerned about, is predictability. Because every time that there has been a solar eclipse, something has happened major in the world. Either a war broke out, but usually it has to do with earth things like volcanoes and earthquakes and that kind of stuff. So they are kind of concerned about that. And there always is that possibility, or at least they are putting that in our subconsciousness. I'm going to tell you, you're a thinking being that actually controls your environment. And the more that they put out all of these things, that the world is going to end, the demons going to come out, we as godlike creatures, because that's what we are, as a collective, we'll start to manifest these things to happen. So be careful, because what is the other ones that we're seeing? Oh, the cave. I think it's the cave, where you got the one where the guy was filming the moon, and there was a face on there. It looked really genuine to me, but what do I know? I've filmed some really crazy stuff in the sky. I've gotten, some really crazy stuff I've shown before. So, that might have something to do with that face. Have you ever looked into black sheep research? He's fabulous. And of course, he's exactly that, a black sheep. He goes against everything that you might think. He has really brought out some good information that we might be cave dwellers. We might be cavemen. We might be actually living in a cave. And you might be seeing a carving at the very top, or maybe what you want to call the firmament of the top of our cave. Well, that's another rumor or possibility that there's so much out there. be careful. I about the solar eclipse. This is what I would do. There are a lot of things that possibly could go wrong. There are a lot of crazy stuff that is happening right at this time. But I think people are far-reaching. I think that they're really trying to cause fear. A lot of people are causing fear, and I hope my videos aren't doing that. But I would do what they say. I would make sure I have water, that I had food, candles, and a few of these other things, the necessities, medication and stuff like that in case you can't get out. They're talking about not driving during that time. No construction, road construction. They've, I guess in New York City, they're not doing anything with the military, with the jails and the prisons and that. They won't move them. They have to stay. They're staying in lockdown inside their own cell that whole day. There will be no transfers. There's a whole bunch of stuff that they've set into place for it. So there is something to be concerned about, but don't be, to me, I personally am going to stay home. I'm going to turn everything off. I'm probably going to read a good book and just enjoy the day and have no fear, because I have no fear about all this. And that's the reason why I'm able to come to you with all of these different scenarios of possibly what could happen. I've always been shown that I'm going to watch, but it's not going to affect me. And I'm going to just stay with that because I know it's been shown to me over and over again. It's like a movie that you're seeing out there. And either you are living in fear or you're, to me, it's like, what is the new one that they're coming up with to try to, I don't get upset anymore about these things because I've watched them dangle this Armageddon carrot for years now, or that something bad is going to happen, or you're going to die from some virus, or whatever it is. They've been doing this, dangling this carrot to keep your spirit. So maybe the eclipse, maybe this time really is the time that a spiritual enlightenment happens, where awakening of the spirit happens, and true spirituality happens. And they want to keep you dark. They want you to be thinking about all of these possibilities of how all of these horrible things will happen. But I am just going to live in peace and love and joy, and I'm going to enjoy every moment that I am given to and not, I'm going to get outside, I'm going to walk. But I think you should be cautious, at least a little bit, because, it just should be. It's not foolish to make sure you have enough water. It should be all the time. You should have that all the time. You should have an emergency kit in your car. Like us, we have an emergency kit in our car. We have one of those straws where you can drink the worst water and it will be purified water for you. We have those kind of things. You should have those kind of things if you can. And if you can't, don't worry. Don't have any fear whatsoever, because you will project your own reality. Don't live in fear, live in faith and joy, and know that there are elements out there that are there protecting you at this time, no matter what crazy goes on. There will be people that will have bullets will be flying, and they'll walk through eating an ice cream and nothing will affect you. That's me. I hope that's you too. Live and light. Talk to you later.